All right, all right, all right. Welcome in. Mount Polumbus Speaks here, all 22. We're going to dive in and watch the coach's film of the Atlanta Falcons game. But before we get there, congratulations, Denver Broncos country. We got ourselves a freaking quarterback. You've got a franchise quarterback. His name is Bo Nix, and he just had the best game of his career. Bo Nix goes off against the Falcons, 28 of 33 for 307 yards and 4 touchdowns. The young man has made himself known to the NFL. The Chiefs game was just a start. Now he's officially on the radar of the NFL. He's now in the hunt for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, that's what it was. Jaden Daniels is running away with that thing in a landslide, and now we've got a neck-and-neck race from Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. It all come down to how these two guys finish out the season. Okay, before we get into the film, let's just recap a couple things. Bo Nix delivered a pass to 10 different wide receivers in this game. That means you're seeing the damn field. Okay, you're not locking in on one guy, although he does have a favorite, and his name is Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton has now strung together 4 phenomenal games. Bo Nix is seeing the entirety of the football field, and he's delivering the rock where it needs to go. You had 4 wide receivers with 50 yards or more. Marvin Mims had 49. I'm including him in that category. Let's see. Courtland Sutton had 78. Javonte had 66. Little Jordan Humphrey had 52. And Marvin Mims had 49. Did you run the ball well? Yep, you did. Our guy Javonte Williams, welcome back to the starting lineup, by the way, averaged 6.6 per carry. A lot of awesome things going on in this game. I won't bore you any further with my thoughts on the game because I know you're here to see the actual film itself. So without further ado, let's dive into this sucker. Okay, first play of the game for the Denver Broncos. I did find it very interesting that Javonte Williams was the featured back in this game because Audric Estime was the featured back the week before. Audric had a great game. I thought that they would ride the hot hand. They go back to Javonte Williams, and Javonte delivered a fantastic performance. Okay, we've got inside zone here, and I don't know what 85's doing. We got a brain fart going on out here. We should be sneaking out through here. We should go man. We're going to go a single block up to 53. We're going to go a B block to 55. We got a decent little hole there from between our center and our left guard. But more or less a TFL. I'm not sure if he gained a yard or not. Not the best way to start the game. Don't worry, the Broncos will overcome it. Okay, we are a little bit rusty, all right? We got a bad run to start the game. We've got pretty clean pass protection here. Bo Nix doesn't like it. He pump fakes. He gets off schedule. He's going to think about scrambling, decides to dump it off to Javonte Williams, a little bit low and complete. Uh-oh, things aren't looking great. We'll be all right, as we all know. Okay, good looking ball to Courtland Sutton. This is the start of it for Bo Nix. He does not have very many bad plays in this game, and this is a good looking throw to Courtland Sutton. Let's check out our pass protection. All right, let's check in on our left guard. We'll check here. We're going to get cross-faced, all right? So we're going to head up, and then we're going to cross inside. Ben Powers, we got to set on that inside shoulder. He feels him cross-facing, but unfortunately, he lets his inside hand get swiped by those wipers, and Bo Nix is able to evade it, though. Hell of a run right here from Javonte. If you can average over 4 per carry, you're doing your job. You average in the 6s, that's just flat out a hell of a football game. Okay, so we're going to go 17 power here, all right? Let's back it up. All right, pause. So here's what we got. We got a deuce block here back to 53. Sometimes you leave this in man for the polar. Sometimes your polar will go through. It looks like on this one, actually, I think we're trying to go through here, but he ends up getting washed, which is why Quinn Miners looks like he's a little bit confused on who he's supposed to block there. Yeah, I think Quinn thought he was supposed to get the in man on the line, which is why he ends up whiffing on 55. Fortunately, we had our tight end coming with us. We're able to clean that sucker up. But good block from 74, Ben Powers here on 97. He ends up staying on him, gets just enough. And Bowles is able to wash number 53, Nate Landman, out. Go Buffs. Cool to see Nate Landman doing his deal out there in Atlanta. Doing a lot of creative things with Marvin Mims and Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin getting out in motion here. Just a giant decoy, trying to clear out the box a little bit, see if we can lighten up the load for our offensive line. Gun runs can be tough to get downhill, but the Broncos ran the ball pretty dang well out of the gun in this game. This is very confusing, quite frankly. I have no clue what's going on. I think this is supposed to be a trap, all right? So if you watch this, hold on, what the hell is going on? Oh, we're okay. No, this isn't a trap. We're just a couple ways to block zone. We're just gonna cross face here and come around. Go. Play. There we go. All right, we're going to go 18 truck here. All right. Anytime I say truck, that means we've got a tackle pull. Sometimes you can call it semi. So here's what we're going to do. Let's play this real quick. All right. So we're going to get a down block right here, which seems like an easy block, and it is. But you would not believe how many times wide receivers mess up this damn block right here, and this guy ends up slipping around. Fortunately, in this one, we do not mess it up. You're going to get a down block here. We're going to pull around for the alley, get the first defensive back we can see. We're going to go through here to there and here to here. Mike McGlinchey did a good job out in space this whole game. Let's watch our man, Michael Burton. Hold up. Hold up now. All right. Look. I know a lot of folks don't love carrying fullbacks, but I do. And I'm a huge fan of Michael Burton. I'm a huge fan of two guys right now in the running game. 45, Nate Atkins, and Michael Burton. These two guys are coming downhill. Every time they hit someone, they are on a freaking mission to punish somebody. Watch our guy, Michael Burton, coming out of the backfield right now. Boom! Get in my belly. I love it. Great stuff from Burton, and good job from Mike McGlinchey getting out in space. He's trying to dance with a far better athlete and does a good job with him. Great job from 20. All right. Great throw. Great catch. Devon Vele flat out needs the ball more often. Devon Vele had 66 yards in this game, and he did it on only 4 catches. Okay, let's start with pass protection here. Everybody does pretty good job. I know everybody's going to look at 60 and they think he gets beat here. He's all right. He gets crossface, does a good job of washing him. Your tackles do a good job keeping the depth. 74 is looking for work. And Bo Nix delivers an absolute strike, a little bit sidearm throw. Bo had to use arm angles a lot in this game, especially in the second half. If you guys get into it, the second half will be posted on my YouTube a little bit later. Does a great job of using different arm angles in this game. All right, Michael Burton has had 4 carries in the last 2 games. I love Michael Burton, but I'm not a huge fan of fullback dives. I think it's just tough. You don't get a whole lot of momentum. Obviously, you only run it in short yardage situations when you need to gain a yard or 2. He does a decent job here, but let's talk about why it isn't as good as it could be. All right, so we are going to double team here, here to here. We're going to double team here, here to here. We're going to get manned up. We're going to get manned up. And if you watch Quinn Miners, who, in my opinion, is the best run blocking guard in the NFL, he gets cross-faced here, unfortunately. And the Atlanta Falcons defensive line, this was just kind of their shtick the whole game. They knew that they weren't going to out physical folks, so they just cross body. He really should be taking himself out of the play here, but it's really not who makes the play. The dude that makes the play is number 0, who Garrett Bowles needs to be blocking. Bowles cannot get cross-faced like that, okay? Bowles is sitting here talking like we got 31 outside. Well, we're not fanning, and Bowlesy's got to know. Anytime you got a defensive back walked up on the line, guess what's going to happen? We're going to pinch. That's what's happening. So Bowles needs to see this pre-snap, know that he's going to pinch on him. We should immediately step up right here and cut this thing off. Bowles has been playing good football. I'm not calling out Garrett Bowles because I know a lot of people do it, and he's an easy target. But he's a veteran player, and he shouldn't have let that one happen. Okay. Offensive line did a great job all day long here. I don't love this set from Garrett Bowles. Right tackle, we're good. Right guard, center, we're good. Left guard, we're great. Garrett Bowles, we're too deep, okay? Your guy's already right here. There's no reason for us to continue to drift backwards when your guy's right here. You want to eat up space. So go ahead and slow down and let's make contact right here rather than making contact in the backfield like right here. You're just going to soften up. And another thing I want you to watch here, watch his shoulders, okay? His shoulders started parallel to the line, okay? Now we're right here on a 45-degree angle, and in another kick or two, we're going to be like this. We're going to be perpendicular. As an offensive lineman, that is what we try to avoid. We try to keep our shoulders parallel as long as we possibly can. I mean, we're fine. Protection's all right, but not a clean set from 72. Okay, I like this play here a lot. You got a little misdirection going on. We got Marvin Mims in the backfield. Well, actually, yep, we do. We got Marvin Mims in the backfield. We got a lot of play action, a lot of confusion. Clear this thing out. Easy walk-in touchdown. I'm happy Nate Atkins is starting to find some success around here. He's a hard-working player. Look, is he sexy? Absolutely not. Is he super athletic? Nope, he's not. but he just gets the job done. So let's back up, all right? Why does this work? Well, first off, we got a hard sell, and this is Nate Atkins right here. So he's going to block 1001, 1002. So all these linebackers back here, well, first off, we got a little fake reverse action going, so Landman's got to honor that. Okay, we got, I think this is Javonte, I forget who it was. We got the fake handoff there, so 55's got to get that. And now with Adkins blocking 1000, 1000, we're going to shed our blocker at the last second, and we're going to go free release, and there's nobody left to cover us. That's a beautiful design from Sean Payton. That's when coaching matters. Football's a beautiful sport, and it's always about the Jimmies and the Joes, but it's probably the only sport that the coach can actually scheme up success on every single play, and Sean Payton schemed up success on that play. All right, going hard action, rolling out. Offensive line's on easy street here. The Falcons aren't rushing anybody. Bo Nix has got all day. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, and we go to the check down. It's too bad he couldn't find anybody down the field, because with 5 seconds, somebody should be able to get open. Okay, we got a design screen here. Let me get to the end zone copy. It'll be a little bit easier. So in a screen, here's how it works. We're going to block for 1001, 1002, then we're going to release. Okay, so 77 is going to have kick out. Our center, we're going for the alley. Our left guard is what we call our rat peel. So he's going to block 1 1000, 2 1000. We're going to come down here, and then we're going to turn around for any little dirty rats that are coming around, and we're going to try to earhole that guy. Unfortunately, our center gets hung up on this one and falls down. Quinn Miners is out here looking for somebody to block. Can't find anybody. I'd like to see Vele do a better job here. Vele's been great in the passing game, but if you look down on the lower part of your screen right here, unfortunately, we get beat over the top, and that's why we don't have a football play. Punt, no need to watch this. Moving on. Damn, we already the second quarter? I guess that means it's about to get fun. All right, we're going wide zone to the left. This ball is... I don't love the track from Jaleel, but he makes a decision preemptively. I'm going to cut this thing back. He needs to be tracking for the butt of the tight end out here. If you see, the offensive line is all trying to stretch, okay? We're getting our hat to the outside shoulder. We're going to get our hat to the outside shoulder over here. We're going to double team. Here, I'll just go ahead and draw it up for you guys. We're going to double team here up to there. We're going to got a free release there. And on the backside, we just got to cut it off. Jaleel knows that we've already got these guys out leveraged, which he wisely identifies. Okay. So what I mean by that is look at this, okay? They're already in front of Jaleel. So these guys are going to follow your offensive linemen. The offensive linemen are going here, so these guys are going to fly to the left. They're going to fly to the left, which means all we need really is one block here, there, and if we do our job on the backside, we got a pretty clean hole to run through. So although in a perfect world, I would like to see Jaleel aiming further out here, he understands that those linebackers are out leveraged and wisely cuts this thing back. Not a great run, but it's a fine run. Pick up 3 or 4 yards in the NFL, and you're okay. All right, what do we got here? We get to the top of our drop, and we're releasing out. We got a seam shot down the middle of the field, and we got a dig coming across the 40. But Bo made a pretty quick decision. I'm going to dump this ball off. Bo hit a lot of checkdowns in this game, but checkdowns are all right. As long as you push the ball down the field enough, I'm okay with checkdowns, because what checkdowns can become is an extension of the running game. All right. All right. What do we got here? Oh, all right, here's our first of many bubble screens in this game. For whatever reason, the Falcons could not cover a bubble screen. We got 2 touchdowns off of it. Marvin Mims got a touchdown on a wide receiver bubble screen, and Troy Franklin got a touchdown off a wide receiver bubble screen. This is the old Peyton Manning to Demaryius Thomas play. The Broncos have been tremendously unsuccessful running this football play coming into Atlanta, and they broke free against Atlanta. Had a ton of success on the wide receiver bubble screens. This is not the best one, but they've got some good ones coming up. So we're going to flash over here. We're going to get out. Oh, no, this is a different version, okay? So this is a quick one. So we're trying to cut our guys. Later on, we're going to flash and get out. These guys know this is a quick bubble screen, so we're just trying to get our defensive linemen's hands down so that they can't block this thing. Would like to see a little bit better block out here. I think that's Vele again, but he actually does okay. It's not a bad block from Vele. He does all right. Unfortunately, Nate Atkins ends up running into him. And if Atkins was able to get a free release and get out here, you might have had a football play. Okay, looks like we got a draw of some sort. Mike McGlinchey does a good job here. Okay. Let's pause. So we're going here to here. We're going up here. We got to get this guy manned up, and we're going to set there, block there. Mike does a good job of identifying, okay, this guy's creeping up, so I'm going to be alert, and he catches him without getting cross-faced. Come on, clear. Unfortunately, our center, okay, 60, we're going back here for Landman. Unfortunately, he's not able to get through. Nate, we got a cross dog going on, right? So what he's trying to do is hit the A gap. We're going to come through there. So because he gets out so fast, Luke really doesn't have he's got no shot here. It's not his fault. They just got the perfect play call here. All right. We got movement. Get backed up. All right, this is a beautiful play. Okay, let me back this thing up. All right. Right here. Guess who we got? That's number 19, Marvin Mims. All right. Broncos have been putting Marvin Mims in the backfield a lot over the last couple games. Now, admittedly, when I first saw Marvin Mims in the backfield, I rolled my eyes. Sean, what are you doing? You're trying to get way too creative here. No, I don't think anymore that Sean Payton is trying to put Marvin Mims in the backfield because I think he's Deebo Samuel. I don't think that he's been putting Marvin Mims in the backfield because I think he's a good running back. They are putting Marvin Mims in the backfield because they're trying to create mismatches in the passing game, and this is about as good of an example as you get of it. You've got it. If you're going to put Marvin in the backfield trying to get mismatches in the passing game, well, you got to hand the ball off to him also, okay? And he's effective enough when he runs the ball out of the backfield that it's like, okay, cool. If he can be effective enough, now guess what we get? We get mismatches coming out of the backfield because when Marvin Mims is lined up in the backfield, guess who's got to cover him when he's lined up as a running back? Well, linebackers got to cover him. So now you've got a linebacker trying to cover a wide receiver rather than a defensive back trying to cover a wide receiver, and you got all kinds of problems. So Mims is going to free release. Our defensive ends dropping into zone coverage. He immediately loses his guy, and we've got beautiful little dump off right there to Marvin Mims. Here's the other thing that this has done, though, for Marvin. Marvin feels a part of the game plan. For whatever reason, since Sean started putting him in the backfield, Marvin Mims feels like, hey, I'm a part of this thing. And for some players, that's huge. You need a play early on just to be like, okay, coach is going to give me the ball at some point in this game. And it feels to me like Marvin Mims has been in a different mindset since coaches start putting him in the backfield. This is a beautiful play. There's a lot of creative things you can do to create mismatches. You can put him in motion, take him out of the backfield, but you do this so you can get him lined up on linebackers. This one, he doesn't get lined up on the linebacker because they go with the zone drop, but you can if they go into man coverage. So he's going to run the wheel route out of here. Bo delivers a beautiful ball to him. He identifies it, and we got a great football play. All right, we got Marvin Mims in the backfield again, and obviously we've got no success, but this is not number 19's fault. What do we got? All right, so the Broncos like to do this. I never loved it when you're a zone running team. They like to turn it into gap plays. So rather than doing double teams, going double here, single block up to 55. What the Broncos like to do, and they don't always do this, but they turn it into down blocks. So we're going to down block and we're going to pull around. I don't mind it when you're underneath center, but when you do a down block like this out of shotgun, there is so much air. There's so much room for air because guess what happens? Well, we're going to pull around. Now we've got a giant vacancy right here for this guy to run through. Sorry about my chicken scratch there. But if you watch this thing unfold, 74 is going to try to down block, and this guy's just going to run straight through because he's got all this green grass because our running back is coming all the way across the field right here. So I do not like this play execution or the scheme of it. If you're going to run these down blocks, you got to do it when you're underneath center, man. I'm definitely not a fan of this. Okay, good looking screen here. Javonte was running so freaking hard in this game. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Okay, what did I say before? We're going to go 1,001. We're going to go 1,002. We're going to get the kick out here. We're going to get the alley, and we got the rat peel. '74 just gets out athleted here. Big boy going up on a better athlete. I think that's Nate Landman. Ends up just dipping underneath him. Oh! Okay, hold up. Cakes and pies alert. Pancake City. Let's go to IHOP. Let's check out our man number 77, Quinn Miners. Cakes and pies. Pancake City coming up here. Watch this. Check this out. Dang it. Come on. Stop being an idiot, Tyler. All right, here we go. I love it. I love that. Good job, Quinn Miners. Rob says, loving this offensive line this year, man. I knew these guys were awesome. It's just so sick to see. You've got a really good offensive line. It's not always perfect, but the Broncos offensive line is clicking. Everybody's getting paid a lot of money. They should play good football. They are playing good football. The only guy not making a lot of money is your center, Luke Wattenberg. I thought that Alex Forsythe did a pretty good job filling in for Luke the last few weeks, but they went back to Luke last week. He's your starting center. There's no question about it. All right. Everybody's pretty clean here, except for your tight end. But here's what I want you to watch now. Okay. We're going to the buffet at IHOP here lately. Okay. Last play, it was Quinn Miners getting himself a pancake, cakes and pies. This play, number 72. Okay. So we're going to double team down here. We're in pass protection. And then you know what we're going to do? We're going to look for work. We're going to look for work, and we're going to come out here. We're going to earhole this guy on our tight end who's in pass protection. Tight ends suck in pass protection. Sorry, it's just true. It's true of every last one of them. 82 is getting bullied back, and watch our guy Garrett Bowles come out here and get an earhole shot. Good-looking stuff here. Find work, man. Go find work. Boom. Get down. Boom. Great job, Garrett. You know what I used to do? So when I played in Washington, my right guard was Chris Chester. All right. The scouting report on Polumbus was bull rush him. He's 6'8". That's his weakest part of his game. So I'd get a lot of bull rushes. So you know what I did? I told my guard, Chris Chester, anytime you do what Garrett Bowles just did right there, anytime you come out and you help me and you earhole my guy, don't earhole me, earhole my guy, I'm buying a bottle of Hendrix. So every freaking time he cleaned up my guy, I bought Chris Chester a bottle of Hendrix. Was it bribery? Hell yes, it was. Am I above bribery? No, I am not. Damn. Best run of the year, or it's sure up there. Let's get to the end zone copy because this thing's beautiful. But before we get to the end zone copy, okay, stop. Watch this right now. If you guys didn't catch it in the game, watch Javonte Williams right here. First off, he had a tremendous run, okay? But he finally gets stuck up. How does he get stuck? Because they got 4 defenders that are trying to tackle him. Offensive line says, hey, no problem. Let's come to your rescue. Offensive line flat out picks up their guy. Well, we'll just carry you into the end zone ourselves. All right, you get off your feet. We're just going to carry you into the end zone. Look at this. He's off his feet. We're going to flat out carry you into the end zone. Put your hands up there and celebrate. That's a damn good looking football play. God dang, that's good. All right. Why does this work? Okay. 74. I'm a vet. I see Landman creeping up. No, that's not Landman. That's 55. I see 55 creeping up. All right. No problem. I'm alert. I got him. He's going inside. Like I told you guys, the Falcons were cross-facing all game long. This guy's going to take himself out of the play. Quinn Miners has got a tough job, okay? Quinn's out leveraged, so he's got to get on his high horse, man. He's got no time to waste. So I'm gonna post right here, and then I got to get on a good angle. It's a tough job. He's out athleted again, but that's what the job calls for. But Quinn, he doesn't quite get there in time. Guess what he does? He gets just enough, okay? No, I didn't get where I wanted to be. Yes, I'd like to have my hat in front of this guy, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep hustling, and I'm going to give him the last shove at the right time. Javonte Williams just runs through him. There's one defender. There's two. There's three. There's four. There's five. We got 6, 7 now huddling up on us. And now the Falcons got to go watch film. They all got to put their heads in their hands and cry as their coaches all dog cuss them, and the Broncos get to celebrate. It's been a while since we've been on the other end of this thing, so forgive me if I'm a little fired up about it. God, I love good-looking runs. You guys might get excited about quarterback play. I get excited about running the damn ball. Play action pass. Great protection. Let's back it up. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000 before we break the pocket. I mean, god dang, nobody could get open in 6 seconds. This is the throw that everybody's talking about. My favorite throw of the game actually comes in the second half. I've already done the second half of the all 22. I'll post it on my YouTube a little bit later, so make sure you subscribe and you go check it out. The link for my YouTube is in my bio right now. If you're watching on Twitter, I put out all kinds of awesome content just like this. You don't want to miss out on any of it. Look, this was a phenomenal throw. And this is getting all kinds of attention, as it should. But actually, my favorite throw of the game was second half. Bo Nix has got an RPO. It gets off schedule, pump fake. He scrambles outside, and he throws a beautiful little floater to Courtland Sutton. But that's not my favorite throw because it was the most challenging throw. That, to me, was just a sign of a confident young man that didn't get rattled. This right here is a dangerous football play if you don't throw it on time and if you don't throw it with confidence. Bo Nix throws it on time. He throws it with confidence, and we hit the seam right between two safeties. Just a phenomenal throw. Probably the best throw of the season for Bo Nix. You know what? Best throw of his career in the NFL. Short career, best throw of his career right here. Look how many ways this thing could go wrong, okay? Number one, we've got a dude right here that we either got to get the ball over his head or we got to thread that through here with enough tempo that it gets by him. Number two, you're going to see this guy coming through in the middle. Number three, you've got another safety on the backside back here. It takes some balls to throw that. Apparently, Bo Nix has hit puberty. All right, offensive line gets beat here. I actually think it's Quinn Miners. Let me get to the other side. Or maybe it's Wattenberg. Yeah. All right. So we got 2-jet protection. So here's how this thing works, okay? We're man on the left side. So Bowles is manned up here, and 74 is going to be manned up right there. We've got a 3-man slide on the right, okay? So Mike McGlinchey is responsible for the widest rusher. Quinn Miners, I'm responsible for the second widest rusher. Mike McGlinchey, he's going to be right here. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. This is not 3-jet. I'm sorry. We're in empty protection. We are in empty protection. I take that all off, okay? I take that all off. We are in a empty protection, so we've got no running back here. But all that being said, the same rules apply. we're going to get a 3-man game. Okay, so we're going to go here, we're going to go here, and then this guy's going to loop all the way around. Quinn has got to feel this. Come on, why is this not working? Quinn and Wattenberg get off levels, right? The reason they get off levels is not because of Quinn. It's because Luke Wattenberg does not get a good punch on this linebacker coming through. He's got to punch him off to Quinn Miners. Quinn's got to drag that hand. He's got to feel it. And then we got to bump this all the way back between the three of us. But again, you know what I like? Look at these offensive linemen looking for work. Okay, 74. Watch your left guard. Ben Powers, his guy loops out. Garrett Bowles takes it over. Okay, let's look to the right. Let's go look for work. Ben almost gets back there in time to save the day. Fake 19, keep right. Mike Shanahan staple here. Bo could have taken off and run with this if he wants to, but he doesn't need to because he's got Cortland Sutton coming across on the shallow cross, dumps it off. Easy gain. Look at the timing from this. Good timing from Bo on this throw. Him and Cortland Sutton, they got some great chemistry. Okay, why is the offensive line? So let's back up. So watch your right guard, your right tackle, your center. We're all pointing out here at 55 because you got Marvin Mims in the backfield. Normally it would be no problem because your running back would be responsible for this backside A gap, but Mims is getting out, so it's empty protection. So we got to fan out to this guy. Us three were responsible for these three. Hard play action again. This is a good looking catch and run from Troy Franklin. What made this game go from a good game for Bo Nix to a great game for Bo Nix? Yak. Yards after the catch. This is probably the first game all season long that our wide receivers have gotten serious yards after the catch. This is not a huge gain from Troy Franklin, but it's a good, tough gain. 74 gets beat here. We're sliding out way too deep, way too fast. Ends up getting beat on the spin move. Bo gets that ball out, though. And I like this. Nice second effort from Troy Franklin. All right. I'm going to move on. Next play. Do we got a self-sack here? What the heck happened on this one? I forget. Oh, I remember now. 69, Mike McGlinchey ends up sacking his quarterback. Mike McGlinchey gets beat on the bull rush on this. Okay, let's watch our right tackle, number 69. We're over here. we're going to get a straight bull rush, okay? We're going to go right down our chest. And Mike McGlinchey, what he's going to do, I'm going to try to back up here so you guys can maybe see me a little bit. Offensive tackles, we got to punch in here. My stupid camera keeps zooming in. Sorry. You got to punch for the chest. What Mike does on this one is he wraps. He wraps his arms outside. He gives up his chest. The defensive end is able to just bull rush straight down Mike McGlinchey. He gets his ass beat, ends up giving up a sack on this one because not his guy makes a sack, but because Mike McGlinchey makes the sack himself. Here we go. Watch it. Where does he go wrong? Well, first off, I'll let you watch the execution, the sack. All right. Where does he go wrong? Right now. Do you see this? You see his hands? How our hands are wrapped around the outside? We're reaching for the outside shoulder. And where's that defensive end got his hands? Right down the middle of the chest. That's your steering wheel. That's what you're always fighting for. Both sides are fighting for it. Mike gives up his chest, and he gets bull rushed. No, I'm not on 104.3 dum-dum. I'm on altitude 92.5, 12-3, Polumbus, Hastings, and DMAC. I'm with the good guys now. Okay. 2-jet protection, slide left. Bo scans the field, finds the dump down to Cortland Sutton, no problem, good gain. Okay, real quick. Trace asks, I'm going to pause this thing. Trace asks, would you give Sutton an extension? He's playing good ball and a leader of the team. Would I? Yeah, I probably would have given him a new deal when he asked for it. Cortland Sutton held out in the offseason because he wanted a new deal. The Broncos didn't give it to him. They ended up giving him a little pay raise this year just to keep him happy, but they did not give him a contract extension. Because they didn't do that, I would not be surprised at all if they let him walk in free agency. It seems like they made their mind up in the offseason. But I love Cortland. I've always been a huge fan of Cortland Sutton. The problem is you need other playmakers, and people get frustrated with Cortland Sutton because he's not as dynamic as the majority of number ones in this league. But can you imagine if you had Cortland paired up with a true number one? Cortland's good enough to be a number one on this team, but if you got a more dynamic guy, I'd love to keep him, but my gut tells me the Broncos are going to let him walk. All right, here's that bubble screen I was talking to you guys about. This is going to be the first touchdown we get with it. Marvin Mims gets this. I want you guys to see this play in your mind. I want you to memorize it, save it for the second half when we get Troy Franklin. Almost the exact same spot on the field, the exact same play call. We get a touchdown twice off of it. Okay, so Mike McGlinchey, Quinn Miners, we're going to flash our hands, and we're going to get out of here. Mike's going to go kick out the alley. The first guy he sees, Quinn's going to run the alley. Mike does a good job here of not getting out-athleted. He ends up blocking two dudes because he picks them up blindside style. Blindside style, easy for me to say. Quinn Miners, 77, gets downfield, gets on his dude, and we got ourselves a walk-in touchdown. Well done. All right, 18 truck. I don't know if you guys remember, but I said anytime you hear the word truck or semi, it means we've got a pulling tackle out there. We got Marvin Mims out of the backfield. And actually, I think this might be, is this the first play of the second half? I think it is. I'll diagnose it anyways. Okay, so we got a down block here. We're going to pull around out here. We're going to get the first guy in the alley, and Marvin Mims again in the backfield. I didn't count it how many times he was in the backfield, but I bet you had 19 in the backfield at least 5 or 6 different times in this game. Cortland Sutton does not get his guy blocked, which is a bummer because otherwise you had a pretty good looking play. All right, so we are officially in the second half here, which I'd already done the second half, and I was just going to post it to my YouTube. But I appreciate all you guys that are watching right now, and I'm enjoying this. So I might hang out with you guys here and just do it live if you want. Now it's a good time to take a break. If you're enjoying this, you want me to keep going, please send in a quick comment really quick. Otherwise, if you've seen enough and you'd rather catch up later, happy to just post it on my YouTube and you guys can catch it later and I can go watch a little TV. But I appreciate everybody that's watching right now. So the majority, my streaming service shows me where everybody's watching, and the majority of the people that are watching right now, of like the 540 people that are watching, are on Twitter, which is awesome. Appreciate you guys watching on Twitter. But my point is, if you're watching on Twitter, you are missing out on a ton of content that I put out on YouTube. YouTube is where all my content lives. And if you'd please do me a huge favor, go to my bio and Twitter right now, click that link, go over to YouTube and subscribe. Because if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on killer content I put out. I put out pregame scouting reports, postgame content. I do the all 22s. I do individual player breakdowns. Every day I'm putting out something new over there, and you don't want to miss out on it. And on top of that, I'm just asking, would you help me grow that thing? If you really want to do me a solid right now, go over to YouTube right now, hit like and make a comment on this, and that will really help me with the algorithm as I try to grow this channel. The more it grows, the more inspired I will be to put out awesome content. So I tell you what, I'm feeling it. You guys are engaged. You're locked in. You're watching. We're talking ball. I'll power through. Let's keep rolling. Screw it. There's only so much Netflix to be watched. We'll just finish this game out in one giant session. All right. Here we go. What do we got? We got 16 power. So this play gets a little bit jacked up because we should be going through here to block that guy, but 15 acts like he's going to cross-face him. 74 is pulling to kick out 15, but because 15 ends up cross-facing him, well, now we get caught in no man's land. 74 doesn't know if he's blocking him or not, and it just gets muddy over here. And unfortunately, it's a bit of a broken play because 82 kind of screws it up. That's all right. Javonte turns it into a good-looking football play anyways. Jeffrey Harding sends in a very thoughtful message that says nothing, but I appreciate you watching. All right, Bo drops back. Beautiful pass protection. Got all day. Nothing's open on the deeper routes. I agree. Checks this ball down. We got to catch it. I'll get to the other side of this thing. I've already watched this film, so I know everything that's coming up here, but we've got 2 drop balls in a row, I believe, if I remember correctly. Just catch the ball. Catch the ball. Is it a tough ball to catch? Yeah, you're about to get blown up, but Cortland Sutton got his ass blown up earlier. He caught the football. I appreciate everybody over there that is commenting on YouTube right now. You're really doing me a solid. Beautiful throw right here. Yeah, yep, I remembered it right. So 2 good throws from our man, Bo Nix. By the way, got the old school D on, got my Buffs hat on. Everybody's rocking and rolling. Bo Nix delivers a beautiful strike here again. And our wide receiver gets blown up. Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't get blown up at all. We just dropped the damn ball. Come on, little Jordan Humphrey. Come on, little Jordan Humphrey. You're frustrating me, little Jordan Humphrey. Fortunately, you got a touchdown and you made up for it a little bit later. Hey, this is another great run from Javonte Williams. I can't speak highly enough of him. He had 9 carries for 59 yards, but the impressive part was that he averaged 6.6 per. Offensive line, we're going wide zone to the right. Mike McGlinchey gets a pretty good kick out, although I prefer that he keeps his hat a little bit more level and we give a 2-way go for our running back, but he gets good movement. Watch 70. God bless it. Dude, this guy is strong as an ox. He is so fun to watch. This is the best run blocking guard in the NFL. Watch Quinn Miners, man. I mean, you guys probably can't fully understand how hard it is to move a man in the NFL. And 9 out of 10 times in the running game, you end up with a stalemate. You never get a stalemate with Quinn Miners. Look at him run his feet, just knocks him out. Luke does a good job getting up to the second level. Javonte Williams hits the cutback, and you got a great run. Got a zone read here. All right, let's talk a little ball. What are you doing in a zone read? Well, we're reading we're reading this guy right here, and if he comes up the field, well, we're going to hand this ball off right there for Javonte. All right. If this guy comes here and meets you at the mesh point, well, now Bo Nix is going to keep it. We're going to take it outside. So that's what you're reading anytime you have got a zone read. You're reading the end man on the line. He comes up the field. You hand the ball off. He comes to the mesh point. We keep it. This one, he crashes down. So Bo Nix keeps it. Watch Nate Atkins. Okay, I told you guys a little bit earlier I was falling in love with Nate Atkins in the running game. All right, watch 45. Watch 45. Dang it, what happened to my... Hold on. All right. Watch 45 right here, okay? We're not going to block one guy. We're going to block 2 guys. We're not satisfied with 1. We're going to get ourselves 2. There's 1. There's 2. Got play action. We get forced out of the pocket because I'll show you why. All right. I don't know if I'm overbearing you guys with information here, if you're enjoying it, if I'm talking too much ball or not, but we got max protection. So we got a tight end who's going to block the end man on the line. Everybody else, we got a full slide going that way. Okay. Garrett Bowles has got the widest. We've got to get the second widest here, and so on and so forth. We're on a giant rope. One guy goes, everybody's got to go with them. Well, we end up missing. Ben Powers does not see the second widest guy coming through there, and he ends up getting a little bit heavy. He gets through. Bo's got spidey sense off his back and gets out of the pocket, fortunately. Okay, watch Bo. I'm going to get to the top of my drop. Ball's out. Good timing. Good tempo. I'm going to go a little bit faster here in the second half, if you guys don't mind. Why is it not going? It's supposed to go in the next play. Go to the next play, you stupid machine. My dog's looking at me like, why won't you play with me right now? Who are you talking to? Come here, puppy. Hi, buddy. Hi, puppy. All right, what do we got? Play action to the right. Got a quick little dump off to our fullback. Not a major gain. All right, I told you guys to remember this, did I not? A little bit earlier, Marvin Mims got his bubble screen touchdown. Guess where we are? Same spot on the field. Instead of being on like the 18, now we're closer to the 5 or the 6. I can't tell where this ball started, actually. But the same exact dang play. Bubble screen to Troy Franklin this time. And Mike McGlinchey doesn't have to end up blocking anybody at all. We'll get to the end zone shot. It'll be a little bit cleaner here. The bubble screens were there for the taking against the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, Quinn and Mike, we're going to flash. We're going to get out. Burton ends up blocking that guy. Quinn Miners. Oh, God dang. God dang. Come on, brother. This is my guy. This is my guy. Watch 77. Watch him again. Doing his deal. Out there doing his deal. 77. Cakes and pies. Na 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 na. Say it again. God dang, I love that. Forgive me while I go put a tie on the doorknob. Why will it not let me skip plays? You're supposed to let me skip plays. I don't want to watch that. All right, come on. Nobody wants to watch kickoff. The alleged dynamic kickoff. We call it the static kickoff. Worst rule change of all time. Okay, we're going out to the bubble screen again. This time, little Jordan Humphrey doesn't get the block on the outside. And unfortunately, we went to the well one too many times. Play action pass off of power. We're going to pull our left guard. Bo doesn't see anything down the field. We hit the check down. Check down can be an extension of the running game. I got no issue with it whatsoever. 74, your left guard. He's going to pull. Bo quickly decides I'm going to hit the check down, and we got green grass in front of us. Audric Estimate, by the way, welcome to the game. Hold on, let me read this comment. Would you explain what good communication is on the O-line and how that communication doesn't tip off the opposing D-line? Well, when you play with each other enough, you don't even need to say it. Yes, we've got code words, A, B, C, single, double, triple. But when you play with each other enough, you actually come up with your own code words. So when I'm at my most comfortable with my guards I played with the longest, we would come up with our own code words every single game so that the defensive line couldn't pick up on it. But look, defensive linemen are dumb as a box of rocks. They don't pick up on anything. I never worry about it anyways. I was starting to say, Audric Estimate, welcome to the game. Audric barely played in the first half. He's going to get featured here in the second half. Audric had a great game last week, and I really thought he was going to be the featured running back going into Atlanta because Javonte only got one carry last week. Well, they went with Javonte at the beginning of this game. Javonte has been fantastic, but they get Audric Estimate involved in the second half, and he ends up playing really, really well. Again, we're going to hit the check down and we're going to leapfrog this dude. I got the second half memorized. All right, Audric catches this ball. He's going to put the family jewels at risk. Yeah, I could jump over you. I might be strong. I might be a little bit slower. I might be a little bit less athletic than some running backs, but I'm athletic enough to jump over your head. Okay. Gun run. Gun runs can be tough, but the Broncos ran the ball pretty damn well out of gun in this game. This is supposed to be a trap, so here's what's supposed to happen. We're going to flash like we're in pass pro here. Then we're going to climb up. No, actually, excuse me. Let me erase that. That's wrong. We're going to flash, and then we're going to go all the way back here. Okay, Garrett Bowles, we're going to flash, and then we're going to go around here. Now, the idea is when we flash in pass protection, we're going to get this guy to run straight up the field. And then what that gives us is we got a pulling guard. We got an ear hole shot right here. But this defensive lineman does a good job of sniffing it out. He does not rush up the field like you want him to, so you don't get the ear hole shot, but you still get a great run. Not a great run, but a solid NFL run, I should say. Debo says Bowles being Bowles, and it was called back, unfortunately. You know what? Bowles has had too many penalties. I'll give it to you. But you know what Garrett Bowles is? Nobody wants to hear it. He's a rock-solid left tackle. That's what Garrett Bowles is. He's got too many penalties, but he is a beyond adequate left tackle. And when you get adequate left tackle play, generally speaking, you hold on to that as long as you can. But the Broncos got a very interesting decision to be made in the offseason because Bowles is going to be a free agent, and they've already paid almost everybody off on the offensive line. So at some point, the pocketbook's going to run out. I got a gut feeling they're going to let Garrett Bowles walk, and my gut tells me that's actually going to be a mistake. You can't just plug a rookie in there at left tackle and think they're going to play at a high level. I know Garrett Bowles can be frustrating. Believe me, I know. I break down the film. I point out when he makes mistakes, but I'm telling you, he is a beyond adequate left tackle. But nobody wants to hear it because he makes so many. When Bowles makes a mistake, it's so in front of your face. All right, this is a great throw and an even better catch. We've seen a couple drop balls in similar situations already in this game. Cortland Sutton goes across the middle of the field. Bo Nix threads the needle. Cortland takes a huge shot, holds onto the ball. Take that, little Jordan Humphrey. That's how you do it. Dumping it off to Audric Estime on third down here. This one's not ideal. We got to throw for the 6 on third down, but Bo doesn't feel like he's got anyone. Ends up dumping it off, and we're off the field. Nate Landman makes the tackle, talks a little trash. Shout out Nate Landman, Colorado Buffalo. It is great to see Nate doing his deal out there. I believe Nate was an undrafted free agent last year, and it was about halfway into the season in his rookie year that he became a full-time starter. As any Buff fan would know, that is not a surprise. So Debo, let me ask you a question. What's up with the double Debo? Why do you go Debo in quotations long? Is Debo long not good enough? You got to be double Debo long? Is that code for something? Come on, Debo. I asked you a question. Where you at? Did you already leave? All right, going outside zone to the left. We don't have a tight end over here. So we're going to go single to here. And we've got a B block on the backside here. Quinn Miners is out leveraged, so all he can do is post and go. Does a great job getting up to the second level. This play almost gets busted. Jaleel does a great job making a play here, but if you watch our center, number 60 and 74, okay, 60 right here, we're in a good double team. But 60, for some silly reason, decides I'm going to get off. Well, you only get off if this linebacker is over here, or if he's going to run through here. This linebacker is on this side, which means they should push this thing until 74 has to get off. I didn't want my first name on here, Big Dog. Well, you still got the double Debo. All right. 60 ends up getting off, so 74 gets shed inside, and 38 does a great job of avoiding them and getting up here. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty fancy with my arrows and art, and who thought Dumbo Palumbo could figure all this out? It took me a long time, I'm not going to lie. Okay, this is the throw. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this a little bit earlier. When Bo Nix threw that beautiful deep ball, he split the seam on the two safeties in the first half to Vele. That was the best throw of his career, but this is actually my favorite throw of the game from Bo Nix, okay? It's an RPO, so he's got the run-pass option here. He decides to keep it. He's trying to throw this ball to Vele right here. Dang it, where's my art? Okay, he's trying to throw it right there, but when we get to the other side, let me get to the end zone copy. You'll see he can't throw that ball because he's got a defensive lineman in his face. And what I love about this is Bo Nix starts pump faking, okay? Anytime you see a quarterback pump faking, and I'm not talking about a pump fake on a double move. No, I'm talking about when you start pump faking because you got a broken play. That's when interceptions happen. Bad things happen. The play is off schedule, your feet are out of whack, and you throw bad balls. Well, Bo Nix does a great job here of buying himself time. He pump fakes twice. He keeps it, scrambles outside, and then watch this beautiful float pass he throws to Courtland Sutton. Man, that's a great throw right there. That is so beautiful. This young man is figuring it out. Broncos fans, you got a quarterback. I've taken my time on Bo Nix. I'm in now. How could you not be in? That's just a beautiful throw. Okay, I like this run right here. This is just grind it out. NFL, get me 4 or 5 yards, 4 or 5 tough runs. All right, I want you to watch this formation here because the Broncos are going to do this about 4 times in the second half. Okay, you've got not 1, but 2, but 3 tight ends on the right side. This is duo. Duo is power. If you know what power is, it's when you got a pulling guard. You pull your left guard to kick out the end man on the line. Duo is power without a pulling guard. So you've got double teams all over the place. I love this play. It might be my favorite run play in any playbook. You've got double teams from everyone. Double team here to there. Double team here to there. Double team here to there. And Garrett Bowles is going to be manned up one-on-one over here. We got a man block over here. So what's beautiful about this is you get shoulder to shoulder with everyone, and you should be able to drive your guy north and south 2 to 3 yards. Remember this play. Remember this formation. The Broncos run it 3 or 4 times in the second half. In the next game, they're going to have to break their tendencies in this formation because the only time they got in this formation, they ran this play. Okay, we got a fly sweep to Marvin Mims. Sean Payton has gotten very creative with Marvin Mims in the last few weeks, and Marvin Mims is showing up. Become a much more active football player. When he's active, when he's involved in the game plan, he tends to perform much better. I don't know what's going on here with Mike McGlinchey. This is a weird one. I watched this earlier. I couldn't figure it out to save my life. If you watch 69, your right tackle, I would think, oh, I don't want that. Hold on. I would think he's supposed to be manned up here, but if you watch Mike, he's going to act like he's blocking him, then he's going to slip through and go up here. We end up leaving this guy unblocked. I don't think Mike would do that unless he's coached to do it. But it's just a bit unusual. Again, watch 45, okay? You watch Nate Adkins. Is this the world's greatest block? No. But what I love about it is every time Nate Adkins is out there in space, he's trying to lay the wood. You could just see it. Look at the pad level. Look at the aggressiveness. That dude is trying to bring the pain every time he hits somebody. I'm growing to have a lot of respect for Nate Adkins. All right, power pass. We're going to pull our right guard and we're going to hit our check down. Bo doesn't like anything down the field. He hit a lot of check downs. That's all right. It can be an extension of the running game. I know I've said that 2 or 3 times already. Again, I'm going to take a second here to pause this thing and just first off say thanks to everybody that's been watching Mount Polumbus Speaks. Mount Polumbus Speaks is a relatively new podcast. I started it last month. The growth has been tremendous to watch. I'm so grateful to everybody that's been participating in this thing. You guys make it a blast. But all my content lives on YouTube. So I'm putting out all kinds of breakdowns. I do the all 22s. I do pregame. I do postgame, scouting reports, break down individual players. If you're watching on Twitter right now, which I know there's about 585 of you watching on Twitter at this exact moment, please do me a favor. Go to my bio, hit the link, go over to YouTube and subscribe. You don't want to miss out on all that content. Number one, you're doing yourself a favor so you don't miss anything. Number two, you'd be doing me a huge favor. And I'm going to do a selfless plug here and beg you guys to do me a huge favor as I'm trying to grow my audience on YouTube. That's what I'm really focusing on. If you could please go over there right now, like this video, comment on this video. It will do wonders for the algorithm and helping the channel grow. If you like the content I'm putting out, it's a small little favor you could do for me just as a token of appreciation. Elias, appreciate it. Can't get any good coverage on the Broncos on any sports channels. Appreciate you watching, buddy. You've found the right channel to watch. Okay, we get beat on this one by our left guard, Ben Powers. If you see this, everybody's stepping to the right except for Ben Powers. For some reason, Ben steps to his left. The whole offensive line stepping with their right foot, and he ends up getting cross-faced. Appreciate you, David. Thank you for making a comment real quick. I really do appreciate it. Nice little one-handed grab from little Jordan Humphrey here. He frustrates you at moments, but he did make a few good plays in this game, including a touchdown and a nice little one-handed grab here. So far, only 2 of you people, of the 600 that are watching right now, only 2 of you guys could do a favor for me and go over and make a comment. Come on. Why will it not let me skip plays? It was letting me skip plays in the first half. The machine broke on me. Nobody wants to watch field goal. Alex Forsyth got moved to the left end instead of the left tight end. Matt Pert went to the left tight end. That was the change they made after giving up the blocked field goal in Kansas City. I apologize for having to watch the special teams here. All right, we got, thank you, Tim. I appreciate you. I'm doing fine. That's it. Just fine. Feels like a backhanded compliment right there if I've ever seen one, but I appreciate you watching. All right, we got cross flow action. So we got two tight ends that are coming in motion. We're going to bring Atkins across first, and then we're going to go cross flow here. And anytime you see a tight end going cross flow right here, well, we're coming for this backside defensive end, and 9 out of 10 times, it's a great opportunity to throw at his legs and try to cut the guy, which we successfully do here. And that actually made the play right there because you got that cut. So good job by Kroll. I think that was Kroll. All right, you guys remember this formation? I just told you it. How many tight ends you got over here? You got 1, you got 2, you got 3. So what do we got? We got duo. What is duo? Duo is power without a pulling guard. So we got double teams, okay? We got a double team here to here. We got a double team here to here. And we got a double team here to here. However, our left tight end, this guy, whoever that is, I can't tell. I think that might be Adkins. We're going to get a brain fart here, and he's going to block out, and he really gets a MA there. But the Broncos are able to overcome it, and they have a very good run regardless. I feel bad for you, Jeffrey, that you have to live in Missouri. I'm sorry about that. However, if you live in Missouri, go check out the KU versus CU game this weekend at Arrowhead. Everything comes down to the Big 12 hopes. It comes down to this weekend out in Kansas. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm freaking worried about Kansas right now. That team is hot as hell. All right, 18 truck. We're going to get a down block here, pull around. My opinion between Bo and Jaden Daniels. Well, if the draft, this is a great throw from Bo Nix. Watch this on the next angle. I'm going to let it run, and I'm not going to stop it, but good sidearm throw, good tough angle throw. If the draft was to be redone today, Jaden Daniels would go number 1. Number 2, I believe, would be Caleb Williams still. Probably then Drake May 3, Bo Nix 4. Although you might flip-flop 3 and 4, just depending on who the coach is. Jaden Daniels is the most dynamic quarterback in this year's draft, but Jaden was walking away with Offensive Rookie of the Year. It was going to be a landslide. I mean, absolute no-brainer, no decision. Jaden Daniels is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. However, after the last couple weeks, Bo Nix is right in the thick of things. It is a two-man race now for Offensive Rookie of the Year between Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. It's going to come down to how do these guys finish out the last quarter of the season here. I bet Jaden Daniels still wins it just because the first half of the season was so freaking dynamic for him. But Bo Nix is right in the thick of things. Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the draft, though. Guess what we got here, folks? Let it get to the end zone copy. Pause. How many tight ends you got? 1, 2, 3. Guess what we got? We got duo. The Broncos are going to have to get some tendency breakers in the next game out of this formation because every time they're in it, they ran duo. And this is the last play of the game here. We've got a backup right tackle in the game, 18 truck. We're going to go down block. We're going to pull around. Get out in space. Okay. All right, folks. Congratulations. You got a damn quarterback. The Denver Broncos have found themselves a franchise quarterback. Bo Nix is the guy. He is the guy, and it feels pretty freaking good to know that the Broncos got their guy. Does that mean that he's arrived? Hell no. Bo Nix has not arrived. Is he going to have another 2 or 3 interception game? Yes, he will. That is not the last play of the game. I apologize. I got confused. But I'm going to stop it right there anyways. You've got your quarterback. The Broncos now get to build around their guy. So in the offseason, you got some playmakers that you got to be pursuing. You got to go add some wide receivers, but you got some young fellas that are stepping up to the plate. Javonte is a dude. He's a freaking dude. Marvin Mims is all of a sudden figuring things out. Even Troy Franklin is looking a little bit better. You've got some guys playing at a really high level. You had 4 wide receivers get 50 yards or more in this game. Marvin Mims got 49, but I'm throwing him in that category. Cortland Sutton had 7 for 78. Devon Vele had 4 for 66. Lil Jordan Humphrey had 4 for 52. And Marvin Mims had 2 for 49. Bo Nix threw the ball to 10 different wide receivers. He's seeing the field. He's not just locking in on one target. He's seeing the field and he's throwing the ball to whoever is open. It feels really good. I said all along this whole week, I said that if the Broncos beat the Falcons, they're going to the playoffs. If they lose to the Falcons, they probably won't go to the playoffs. Well, they beat the frickin' Falcons, and guess what you got now? You got the Raiders, you got the Browns, and then you got the Colts, okay? That's 3 straight games. You just beat the Falcons, then you got 3 more very winnable games. The Broncos should win 4 straight. You should be on a 4-game heater. That leaves you with 3 games to be played between the Chargers, the Bengals, and the Chiefs, and you got to find one more victory in there in all likelihood if you want to be a playoff team. I think the Broncos probably will find one more victory in there. You might even get lucky in week 17. If the Chiefs have the number 1 seed locked up, they might not even play their starters. So you might get an easy victory right there. But this Broncos team, after starting out the season 0-2, is probably going to the playoffs. It's pretty freaking fun. You got yourself a quarterback. You got a great offensive line. You got the best defense in the NFL, or one of. And you got a lot of good things going right now. Look, it ain't going to be easy. And this Broncos team could very easily drop a dumb game to one of these next 3 opponents, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to win the next 3, and we're going to be going into the offseason feeling great. So shout out to everybody that stuck with me. That was a long video right there, and we still got 630 some folks that are watching live. Super grateful for it. Again, one last shameless plug for Mount Polumbus Speaks. If you're watching on Twitter, please go in my bio, hit that link, go over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Maybe even give a like and a comment on this video. Appreciate everybody that's watching. I will put out a scouting report here in 2 more days.